clean this shit. Alright, y'all, it's the Reflector here to reflect on this Monday morning. Hey, matter of fact, I'm gonna do a video for my Texans out there, because you know we going through some severe extreme weather changes, like within like one day, you know, or it'll be like a week of heat. Even at night, it'd be like, it ain't like at night it get like really cold. It'd actually be kind of like, it's breezy, but like it don't reach the inside of the house, you know. So you gotta keep that AC on, which ain't nothing wrong with that. But you know, some people live different. They be trying to rely on the weather, so to like, you know, settle in the house and shit. But you know, this shit ain't healthy for us to sit here and go through. this ain't the video, y'all, but yeah, this ain't healthy because like right now, like it's been 77 degrees, and then the lowest has been like 60 for like the past week. So now it's changing to in the morning. So even in the mornings, it only be like 60, you know. So now the morning right now is 45, and it feels like goddamn 35. That's almost freezing. So how you go from summer weather to fucking freezing? You know what I'm saying? We gotta see what's up with this shit, man. Cause you got people probably like, we got people like just doing experiments like in a distant land, because you know Texas is big as fuck, so all they need is a big ass space, build these damn buildings and these contraptions, and then all that goddamn metal and bullshit spews into the fucking atmosphere and then spreads. It don't actually get recycled. It just gets like re-innovated. Like it'll stay there for a minute, especially because of how thick the materials and the residues that they be using. Elon Musk, you know what I'm saying? You flunked out fucking bitch. What the fuck? Where the money at, motherfucker? But yeah. So yeah, y'all be careful out there. Just know though, there's not a virus. There's not nothing. It's just your body and you dealing with the outside environment, however it relates to like how you are. So if you get hot easy, and it's cold and shit like that, make sure you still are drinking like hot shit. If you a cold type person, you definitely need to be drinking hot shit. But if you're a cold person, you need to make sure you're active. Like I said, if you're a naturally hot type of person, you're kind of fine, because that means you really just gotta deal with the heat. Because the heat can give you headaches, it can make you feel drained, all that type of shit. Anyway, so on with the video. All right. So today we speaking on training dogs, right? So I'm a dog trainer, okay? And I've been doing since I was a kid. Dog whisperer, all that. Here's the thing. There's a time and place for everything. Place being your environment, time being, you know, the instant that you might need protection. Now, depending on where you live, so this ain't for everybody, but this is just me. In a perfect world, not even in a perfect world, but because I understand dogs gotta protect you. Okay, I got 3 of them. I would want to be protected. But like I said, in a perfect world, where it's like, you shouldn't even really need that, right? Just like guns, you shouldn't really need that, but clearly, hey, there's danger. But here's the thing with dogs. You're the owner. So if it's like like if you got a gun, you shot the wrong person or shot the wrong time, right, or wrong accident, right? That's how it is with the dog. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be wrong person that's not even being a threat. Might just be coming up to say hi. Yes, people should not come up to dogs that they don't know. I understand. But they could be walking by. They could be fucking talking to their kids or something, and they do a certain gesture and the dog get, you know, panics. You know, y'all seen that video. So, see, half the time, some dogs ain't even trained to be vicious. They're just like that. That's why it's like, you know, but yeah, y'all seen that video where a dude was doing a TikTok dance and then the girl was walking by with her dog and that motherfucker bit him. But it's because he was doing all the movements. So that can be lack of training, or training the dog to be vicious, or lack of addressing his viciousness, you know? So look, this is the thing. We got to start training dogs like you raised your goddamn children. I'm going to tell you that right now. There ain't dogs are not responding the same. We not even responding the same. We're not even acting the same. So they all have their own individuality now. They're able to think. If you don't understand that, you're flunked out. So they're able to think for themselves now. So this is gonna create character for. So it's gonna make individuals out of dogs now. They're not like a group no more. Like yeah, generally, just like people be generalizing humans and shit like that. Yeah, it's kind of gay now because all that shit ain't even true no more. Every human ain't even human no more. So we really done already like elevated out of that state. So now you can't even say you human. But anyway, yeah. So you gotta start treating our dogs like you raising a child, like dead ass. So this is gonna introduce them understanding your vibe and understanding that yeah, they gotta come to you, listen to you, but at the same time, they feel the respect of knowing that you're not like just commanding them all the time. They need to know that you're commanding them for their safety. Whether it's so they won't bite somebody, whether it's so they won't go and jump on somebody that's walking, or basically preventing your ass getting sued. This is why I brought up the gun. Because it's like you can accidentally happen, but that's your reliability. That's your liability. So it's on you that you pulled the trigger. So that dog is on you that they did it. Now this is common sense, right? Here's the thing. When your dog is understanding of your energy, especially how the world is now, like I said, they're different. They can think now. So not words and shit. Don't get me fucked up now. All right. Now they can use words because they learned it from us, just like you learned words fucked out of. But yeah. So the more you just acting like how you actually act, first of all, they'll learn from you. They'll learn from your humanalities, your gestures and everything, your timing, your tone, and then therefore you don't have to worry about like anything. Like you can train them to just be themselves. Now here's the thing, when it comes to danger and interacting with humans, this is when you kind of teach them to always trust you first, like, but at the same time understand that they are still like their self. You know what I'm saying? You can't make somebody do something basically. So you gotta let them have that little space, but also understand that okay, after they think for themselves, right? Now, not think for themselves, but be how they are. They're looking at the situation, however it is, then they look at you to see your vibe. So it's like you gotta teach them in that type of way. So when we on this military flunked out mindset, it's like, look, time and place for everything. Some people don't like that type of shit. Some people need that type of shit, okay? That's why there's people in the military. There's people that's in organized, training, basically. So it's like, it's cool. But if your ass is in a place like suburbs, a place like no danger, a place like a lot of people, don't teach your daughter be vicious. It's only for people that's country, woods, distant places. That makes sense. Because you know why? Animals. Drifters that might fuck around, try to go in your cabin or something like that. That makes sense. Now, when you're not in that, it don't even make no sense for you to be trying to teach your dog to be vicious. Like I said, all dogs are different, and they all have their own character now. So some are just born to be like, they just be vicious. All dogs can be corrected though. But like I said, it's just the way you train them. Like, so don't train them like a fucking slave. You train them like it's a human. So you just, you know what I'm saying? Like they'll understand your timing, your order, tendencies, tone. Like I said, your routine. The routine is the biggest thing. These niggas trying to say, oh, your dog can smell like the route, like how long you've been gone or when you're supposed to be back. But that's really just saying they understand. Since their nose is their primary thing, they just gonna utilize that to say, yeah, this is how they basically tell time. Their paces of how they smell or how faint their scent gets and shit, whatever. But point is, dogs have their own ways of basically gaining understanding now. and if you're the owner, then you should basically be the example for them. Don't be the like the fucking Hitler of them, the dictator of them. Don't be more like the teacher. You feel me? So now let's get into why. Hold on, y'all. Right, yeah. So what should happen is what I've been saying. So y'all should keep y'all's instincts in sync. Because here's like, y'all should know that y'all manifest things. So you basically attracted that dog because it fits you, right? So this is how you know, like, y'all gotta get in sync with how they are instinctively are and how they act as dogs and as just the individual, and then how you do those things. And then you gotta bring it together. And if you got multiple dogs, it low-key makes it easier because the dog's gonna see you interact with the other one, and they gonna learn what to do and what not to do. When you got one dog, yeah, they could be very smart, but they'll have like what's that, dependency issues. Like they don't want to be from around you because they don't even be around no other dog, and they most likely probably won't even like other dogs. Sometimes they still like them, even if they're the only one, the only child. But yeah, because y'all be over here giving, and see, this is where people be giving dogs a bad rep, but it's really just the fucking human that's controlling them. The human that's controlling this monkey ass is the one to be blamed. Now, people know this, but, you know, people be kind of strong on their racism or on their opinions. So, like, they won't think of it like that. They're just like, nah, look at what the damn dog just did, basically. They're animals, blah, blah, blah. So, this is ultimately to protect the dog's rep, people like me, trainers, to give them a different idea. Which people know these things, they just probably use different terminology. But I'm just trying to make it very simple for everybody. Like, just make sure you treat them not like a dog, treat them like a human. I guarantee you they're gonna evolve and get smarter. They're gonna understand you way easier. You're not gonna have to force anything. You'll be able to be out, not have to worry about goddamn getting sued, get your dog put down and shit. Okay? Keep your dog safe, damn it. Alright, I got 3 of them niggas. And they always stay safe. And I got a big yard, so we always in the front. That's another thing. This is why I be like, danger and shit, you should basically have a spiritual protection first. But see, then you're gonna come down and experience in the mental realm, right? Carving those out to mimic your spirit or whatever space you in. Then you're gonna do it physically. So if that's the case, we attract things like that. So we already gotta have that mentality of, and that spirit of, ain't nobody fucking with us. Now, not in the ego though, but more like, no, before a person even think to even go on that train of thought, to even try to do something to you, they'll stop. They're gonna be like, wait, why I even think that? That's how y'all stay spiritually, and y'all gotta evolve, basically. Use your mind, because that shit's strong. I'm telling you. You can block people from even wanting to goddamn. That sometimes it's bad, because you can block people from wanting to goddamn call you or something because your aura be so. That's not good. I was like, if I say strong aura, nigga, but you still here though, you know, so you can't do that too much. Then it's just gonna turn into, oh, you acting different. You got a grudge now or something. What's wrong with you, basically? But yeah, so y'all gotta understand, like, you shouldn't even feel like you need the protection. Like, if anything, yeah, have a gun. But dogs, though, because at least you pulled the trigger, so your ass is going to jail. Bitch, you gonna have to get, if something happened with the dog biting somebody, nigga, they gonna get killed, and you gonna have to live with that. What kind of shit is that? We don't want that, do we? Okay? So stop training your dogs to be so vicious, especially when your ass live in the city, in the fucking suburbs.